Check, check, check. Mic check 1, 2. We are here. Interest meeting, Ep.8. How's everybody doing today? All right, wherever you at your crib, we're going to do it with everybody in the room, all right? When I ask you how y'all doing, y'all going to respond with the word great. All right? How's everybody doing today? That was weak. That was weak. We got a loud studio audience, man. You gotta be louder, little homie. How's everybody doing today? Oh, boy. We warming up here. Shout out to PS Social. It's number 8 here in Wynwood. The place to be. Don't watch me, watch me. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. Interest meeting has been growing. We're keeping the consistency. We got special guests coming every week now. The entrepreneurs are getting interested. People are getting interested in entrepreneurs. Well, before I get started, let me do this in traditional erase the hate fashion. How we sounding on the stream? Everything sounding good, everybody? With Gucci? All right, so let's bring us in. Dear God, thank you for the present. Be with our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Life is an art. Be with our art. May we live in purpose and on purpose to do your will. And for whatever you have planned for us today, take us with you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. The little homie said amen. Heard that. Hey, man, again, just really grateful to be here for this 8th time of ARTrepreneur. Guys, it's March 10th is daylight savings time. Y'all know daylight savings is coming up? We enter into spring. I think the new year is officially here, right? As of it's winter solstice. I think our spring solstice was last week, I think. So now we are approaching also daylight savings time. So March 10th, prepare to turn your clocks back. Anybody out here got any funny stories for daylight savings time? Any funny daylight savings experiences where you felt like it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, but it was really, are we turning our clocks back or forward? We're going to go forward. So that means it'll be light longer because we're going forward. All right, cool. So that means get prepared to be at the beach a little bit later. You know, stay at the park a little bit later with your family. Daylight savings time is coming up. Today's special guest is an artist and entrepreneur, a mentor, a longtime friend and supporter of Erase the Hate, as well as I call him a financial empowerment advocate. You guys are going to find out about him Betty soon. But to get you guys up to speed on what Erase the Hate is working on, man, this past week, what did we get into this past week? This past week we had, we just got back from yesterday, popping out to King Hoodie's release party for Turn the Lights Out in America. So shout out to King Hoodie for that event. I got to pull up personally and play sax on the stage. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, the production was dope, man. Seeing Hoodie rock out with a live band was super fire. So much love to Hoodie for that event, and looking forward to doing more events, rocking out with you guys on more events in the future. Let's see. What I got, like, where's my mind at been? Where's my mind been at the last week? Listen, that post, I'm gonna give my testimony this morning. Yo, the post that you did about from Sharif about the test, oh my gosh. I got my testimony. Listen, this is for everybody out there that's going through a stressful time. You might be dealing with something, because we all are. First off, recognize that if you feel like you got depression that you're dealing with, or you feel like life is just hard, you are just like everybody else out there. You know what I mean? So if you need to seek additional help, I definitely encourage tapping in with one of our resources in Terate Mighty V and Sarah, who could get you in the direction of getting some mental health therapy and possibly mental health therapy for free. But then on the other side of things, man, again, first, everybody is dealing with things. So just know you're not alone. And in knowing that you're not alone, there are some things that you can do to keep yourself motivated, even by yourself at the crib. Some of the things we do in Erase the Hate, we promote at the top of the morning, writing down 10 things that you're grateful for, right? So when you wake up in the morning, write down 10 things that you're grateful for. When you write down these 10 things that you're grateful for, do not overthink about it, right? Just the first 10 things that come to your mind. Y'all want to, let's do this as a, hey, Hop, you could toss me my little, I got a little notebook in and my briefcase behind you. Anybody got a pen? Anybody got a pen on them? We're going to do this live and direct real quick. If you guys want to participate on your computers as well, it's good little therapeutic exercise. You did your 10 this morning, Jazz? All right, let's get it in real quick. I can do it on my phone, bro. I'll do it on my phone, unless you found a pen in the paper. You found it? No, it's cool. I'll do it on my phone. Oh, you did get it. Oh, say less. It's lit. Shout out to Ariel. She's back again, man, just for the vibes this time. The live studio audience thing is growing. I got this little notebook. It says grateful on it. In the morning, I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for. I'm going to do this. I haven't done it this morning, so I'm going to do it with y'all live today. We're going to take briefly 1 minute and just close our eyes, meditate, breathe. You don't got to close your eyes, but just write down the first 10 things that come to your mind you're grateful for. It don't matter. It might be something super random, but we're going to go for it. Let you know what I come up with. All right, bet. This is what I got. I got food, my family, myself. Got to be grateful for yourself. God, love, joy, faith, erase the hate. Shout out to the team. That was my number 9. I said I had to erase the hate and the team. And number 10 was my home. So I do this practice with my daughter too. And after we did it, we always say, have an attitude of gratitude, right? You might find that you write the same things every day. And that's okay if you write the same 10 things every day. It's kind of like an alignment with affirmations. But when you write down these 10 things that you're grateful for, the second step to that is asking yourself if you are actually giving gratitude for the things, right? Because when you take a second to actually express gratitude for the things that you have, you realize that you're like, dang, maybe I ain't in the worst position after all. You know what I mean? Because I got a house, I have some food, you feel me? And I got a list of other things that I could say that I have and others don't have them. You know what I mean? I was watching, this was actually another one of my motivational situations for this past week. Hop, anybody seen that video I posted? I think you told me about it, Hop, where Buddy said, what did he say? The mint, entitlements. Shout out to whoever did the video for entitlements. And he was talking about how, like, sometimes we get mad about the simplest things that other people just don't even have the pleasure of having. For example, like sitting in your car with your AC on, and you're just so mad that there's traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my God, there's traffic. Oh. And he said you need to take an entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Not a breath mint, an entitlement. Because you are entitled to have, you felt like you was entitled to have a whole car. You feel me? Like you got a car and air conditioning and you complaining. Like, versus being grateful for the fact that you're alive and had the opportunity to have a car with air conditioning. Like, take a breather. You know what I mean? So I had actually ventured off track because I had started talking about that test post, right? So yesterday, Thomas, I called you, and I was like, yo, do you have my key for the storage, right? So it's a Sunday. Shout out to Koinonia Worship Center and Village for allowing us to actually store our equipment and things at the space, right? Right. So I just found my keys to the storage. This is a week later, right? We leave the facility yesterday, and I had to go to Hoodie's show. So I called Thomas like, yo, I need to go back and get the recorder so we can record the show. I couldn't find my key, bro. So I go to my house, and I'm tearing the house apart because I'm like, yo, I just had my key. I have to have my key. So I'm like frustrated, and I also hadn't eaten anything this whole morning. So then I'm like, yo, God, well, you know how sometimes when you're frustrated, you say, Lord, have mercy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Lord, have mercy. Then this time I said it, though. I said it with intention, like, please have mercy on me. Like, please help me because I need somebody to have some mercy on me because I'm flipping out right now. You know what I mean? I'm tearing my house apart. And so I left, still angry because I couldn't find the key. In the car, we go out to eat. I drop my fiance off to get some food with Julani, right? And head to the church. I was like, yo, I'm at least gonna go and see if somebody's at the church. Maybe I could see my kids there. True story. This is a Sunday. You guys, we work at church. This is a Sunday after church. Nobody's normally at my church on a Sunday after church because everybody's at the crib. This is the one day the church is closed. But I was like, yo, let me at least go see if there's anybody at the church. So I pulled up. So mind you, I left the part out. I dropped them off. I get on my Instagram while I'm driving, and the first video that pops up is, he can't even hear me, but Sharif is in the other room. The first video that popped up on my phone was, every day you're giving tests, and the rest of that, whatever, right? So I'm like, you right. You know what I'm saying? It's a test, and just breathe, you know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be another test tomorrow. You know what I mean? I pull up to the church. I kid you not. This never happens in ever, right? You know what I'm saying? The door to the church is cracked open. I cannot make this up. This is a whole, like, church, the facility. How many times is the door open? The door is cracked open to the church. I'm like, this is wild. Only thing I need now is for my key to be right in there when I get in there. The door is open, walked in, key is right there. It was actually in the door handle. I had left it in the door handle. I'm like, that's wild. The likelihood, now, you could say, okay, it was an easy thing. You left your key there. But the door was open, though. I mean, like, I don't know. That's my testimony, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gave it to him, and I was like, yo. So, anyway, for all the things y'all going through, yes, mental health therapy is a thing. I definitely encourage that. I'm looking forward to, I'll let y'all know my reviews once I finally tap in with a therapist, you know, but there's so many things you could do. And one of them things is pray. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for praying with me, even if y'all ain't praying folks, man, this morning. But that's my testimony. I wanted to share that with y'all. But without me running my mouth too long, our special guest is here for the day, man. Like I told you, a friend of mine, long-term friend of mine, long-term entrepreneur. Me and this guy, when I first got to Florida, we were out walking around. One time, if you could run that Power to the Peaceful animation back, just as my dog comes onto the screen, you know what I'm saying? We did this, man. We walked all around South Florida screaming the message, Power to the Peaceful, and we knew at that moment it was going to be bigger than just a campaign. So everything that we've done and continue to do with Erase the Hate continues to grow, and I'm super excited for your business, my brother. You know what I mean? But first, let's get him in the space. Gerald Nova Sound Campbell,
my God,
my bro. What's good,
Appreciate
G?
you, man.
Oh man, I'm honored. But yeah, man,
Absolutely,
it's been a long way, man. We had this conversation at least once a year. We say it's been a long way.
Good to see it, man. Good to see it. I appreciate this platform for so many reasons already, bro. So.
Right?
Hey, man, he ran animation. You ran that?
You run it? Boom.
Shout out to Hop, man.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, we're going to get into that, too. You brought it full circle for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So,
man, I was actually going to get into that after, but you already shouted out Hop, man. So I'm going to run it back for everybody and tell me if I miss anything. Artist, entrepreneur, brother, mentor, sound technology, and I would say financial empowerment, unless you have something else you wrap that in these days, but definitely empowering people in the financial space. I miss anything?
No, that's a pretty good way to define it, lay it out.
So before we get to the financial empowerment and the technology part, you said shout out to my dog, Hop. Let's start with the mentor part, man. I feel like we've had those conversations a lot more recently, you know, and Hop is in the space. Me and Hop was trying to figure out how we met the other day. We was like, yo, what was the first time? Because I had met Hop prior to you, but then you started working with Hop. You know, you don't mind me getting to that, do you, Hop? It's a testimony. Okay, heard. You know what I'm saying? But he started mentoring Hop, and so yeah, tell me about how mentorship, weaves into your career and how important it is to you.
Man, so I gotta shout out my guy, man, Marcano on the sax. I'm the oldest of 6 kids.
Okay.
So I already knew, like, you know, being a role model, being a big brother. I'm big cousin, the oldest grandchild, oldest great-grandchild. It's kind of, you know, weaved in the fabric of who I am. But when I met you, bro, we did this one activation at the Motivational Edge. I want to say this was 2014. So this is 10 years ago, right? And I believe that's the same organization that you met Young Hop in.
Nice.
So just seeing the way they really activated, the way they were engaged, and the way they took a life lesson. You know what I'm saying? There was a moral to the story. It wasn't just a good time.
Facts.
Which us really, we were them they're just one generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One age group
Yeah.
behind us, so they're looking up at us like that big brother or like that big sister, right? So understanding that, and then I used to hear it all the time growing up. The children are the future, and I used to be like, bro, when is lunch, bro?
When
You
is
know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to music class. Like, we
Yeah.
hooping or no? Like, I don't know what they talking about. But now that I'm older, I understand how to be relevant and a part of the culture.
Right.
And now empowerment is the wave, like everyday praise.
Bars.
You feel me? So
That's what's up.
it was good, man. It's good. Shout out to every nonprofit in South Florida that's doing their thing.
Oh man, you're working
'Cause
with GoGo now too,
There's
yeah?
so many beautiful nonprofits, man. Shout out to the Motivational Ed. Shout out to Guitars Over Guns. Shout out to the Dash Foundation.
Oh man.
I've met so many. I know there's another one called YMU. I've seen so many nonprofits, even over here at the park. That way towards Jackson, I was talking to the guy who's running the football program where the kids just come and play. Ain't no fees. You just come and
Wow.
get fitted and you get to play. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
really how we, you know what I'm saying, make an impact in our community, bro. So
I think you answered my second question right there. So, with that said, understanding that that's how we make a different impact in the community, how do you, what do you feel like is the most effective way to nurturing and developing communities like that, you know? Because those young people in the community, they become hops, right? So they're not just kids that are outside playing that are just looking for things to do on their free time, right?
100.
Like us, the people that we really attracted to were the people that understood that we had dreams. You know what I mean? So
100.
what do you feel like is unique or important to delivering in that mentorship to help everybody, to help those young people understand that you're here for their actual future and not just for the moment?
I'm going to shoot you straight, bro.
Okay.
And this is why I picked up finance for the artists and the entrepreneurs, the ARTrepreneurs.
Okay.
It's employment, bro.
Woo.
It's employment.
Oh, you gave
gotta,
me chills.
You got to put food on the table for people.
Oh my god.
People got to see a return on their investment of their time. And then that's where you feel safe enough to explore those higher levels of humanity, like words like love and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like words like loyalty. Like this takes a lot out of people who are starving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we see some communities that are starving. So if you're the kind of person who can create an idea that's innovative and even employ just one person, now you've, you know what I'm saying, opened the door to a brighter future, to be honest with you.
I always have fun when we do it over the phone, but bro, it's like
100.
you know what I'm saying. You hit it on the nose, bro.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like because we've talked, but that has been my mindset. I just talked to Phil Agnew about literally
Shout
just
out
what
to
you said.
Phil.
Yeah, yesterday, man, and that is important. So we're gonna have to talk more offline because you know we're developing this Entrepreneur Academy, but we always in tune. But that's important, bro. It's so
Yeah, man.
important to just be able to. The thing is, even with Enterate, right? When I first started working with Maria, I told her, I said, we can't get anybody to want to sign up for healthcare or care about their health if they can't even figure out how they're going to get to their next meal. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So that whatever it is, shout out to Maria Enterate because very affordable health insurance.
Yeah.
But before that, you know what I'm saying, you got to take care of this growl in your stomach. So a paradigm shift is why I'm excited about the academy. 'Cause
Yeah.
when I first met you, bro, you were talking about a lot of these things a decade ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You stayed consistent with your vision.
Appreciate
you
it.
know, and it became a real thing. So really putting people in a space where it's like, okay, I know G. I met G 5 years ago or 6 years ago, whatever it may be. His online store got 450 products. It's a well-oiled machine. I just want to sell my whatever it might be. It might be a young guy trying to get his wrist glow moving, right? You get in the room with somebody who's done it consistently over some years, and now you believe your belief level is higher, right? So that all goes together, you know what I'm saying, because it's food for the stomach, but then there's also food for the mind.
Man.
So this is a beautiful, beautiful platform.
I'm a loss of words, man. We gotta definitely continue to iron out this Entrepreneur Academy. I know we've been aligned, man, but you're saying all the points, bro. It's
Yeah,
very
man.
important to make. But see, to piggyback off you, bro, with that mindset, it's got to be cultivated with excellence, right? This is not
Absolutely.
that concept is not new. Well, I don't know, bro. I feel like even if it's not new, it's not practiced as much as it should be, right? Or intentionally as much as it should be, right?
For sure.
So in moving stuff like that in the community, especially where I feel like in the artist community, we see that people don't necessarily understand how to respect commerce and business. You know what I mean? That we have to take it little by little. Like you said, even if it's one person, goal would be 1 to 10 people, and show them how important it is not to just say I'm working with my dog, but you're not. You know, somebody told me a long time ago, it's not business unless it involves money. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's actually involving commerce.
For sure.
It's
An exchange of value, for sure.
Exactly. You know, can't say you're doing a business with somebody if
Absolutely.
you're just inviting a homie out and they helping you. You know what I mean? That's if it's not communicated in a term of where it's exchange of value.
Yep.
You know,
The
then
exchange takes place.
right. But where I feel like creatives and young entrepreneurs get lost is that, and I was talking to somebody from our team about this on Friday. You know, for us, we can understand the exchange of value might be, and I heard Sharif uses this all the time, digital currency, right? It doesn't necessarily. We might see the value in supporting somebody without having them to actually give us $1. Depends on the time.
Right.
But for these young entrepreneurs, that I feel like is a level where you understand how to barter, for lack of better words, or how or what your personal value is. We have to teach people how to build value. You have to teach people what it. We're gonna save the 4 steps.
I see
of
what you're
financial
getting at.
freedom,
Yep.
You know what I mean, for a class. But until you realize how to budget, right, and what it takes for you to live your life, you can't really say that my value is that I'm getting an exchange of value, because you don't even really know your value. You don't even know what it takes to live your life. So you can't say like, oh, I'm gonna do this for the homie because he gonna show love.
That alone takes a little time to learn. No.
You know what I'm saying?
And shout out to you, bro, because, I mean, years ago, you was asking me questions like that. And I know Hot probably gets presented with the same question. It's like, what does it cost to be you and just do you? Whatever that vision you have for your business or your initiative is, what does it cost for you to do that and live per year? Like, have a grasp on that. Is that 30K stamp, 40K stamp, 45?
Yeah.
And then being able to build around that number,
Right.
no matter how long it takes. Because it took you some years, bro. You know,
Man,
Nova
did
Sound
it.
going to our 10-year anniversary in 3 weeks. It took some years.
Yeah.
You know, but that's where staying prayed up, having that faith, respecting your vision.
Yeah.
That means working on your vision
Facts.
and allowing it to grow. And then now it's really becoming something, man. So
Yeah. And just to before we pop over into, I want to talk about your artistry. For the artists, and we're gonna, first off, we're gonna Entrepreneur Academy. We're gonna be
big time.
throughout the month of March. It'll be open to the public, like for real, starting in April. But if you're really interested in what we got going on, and this video hits the social media airways via the team, and you see it, you like it, you want to be a part of it, just tap in now, because we're active in developing it right now. But in March, you'll see a true launch of it. But there are a lot of artists and individuals, businesses, et cetera, that they might wake up in the morning like, yo, I want to be a millionaire, right?
Okay.
And that's cool if you have a millionaire mindset. Well, I wouldn't even say you have the mindset. I feel like a true millionaire mindset understands that if you're gonna make a meal, gee, how much that mean you got to make a month or a quarter? You know what I'm saying? If it's 4 quarters in a year, and you told me that this year you're gonna make a meal, how much does that mean you're gonna make a quarter? That means you're making $250,000, or do $1 million project, or a biannually project
Facts.
that's gonna make you to a meal. So then you say, oh, I need $250,000 a quarter if you want to make a meal this year.
Yep.
How are you gonna bring $250,000? That's we both know that's not a lot of money, but that's a lot of equity. That's a lot of
That
sweat
is
equity.
a lot of work. It's a lot of people gonna have to make that move.
You
man.
understand?
Even being able to comprehend that. That's why we're laughing.
So yeah, so it's
It
funny
takes a
because
lot.
I see people out here that have dreams of making money as
100.
artists, And it's like, yo, I want to be rich. I want to have the house. I want to have the cars. I want to fly everywhere. And then I remember having a conversation with one of our entrepreneurs one time, and I sat down with her before College Impact one year, and I said, hey, how much do you want to make this year? And she was like, I'm trying to make like 300. And I was like, word. She was like, how much you want to make this year? And I was like, I want to make about 300 too. And she was like, and she told me how she wanted to do it. Then I told her how I wanted to do it. I said, well, in order for me to make 300, no, I said, I want to erase the hate, make 300. I said, in order for erase the hate, make 300, that means that's potentially 10K to 30 different people. You know what I'm saying? In order to move this thing to the 300, then that's 300. And she was like, yo, I'm trying to figure out how to do 300 by myself. Right? And that's a fire goal. But I feel like it'll take you longer to get to 300 by yourself than you figuring out how to, you know what I mean? Not necessarily longer, but it just takes a different type of strategy.
You can do it. It's doable. Different kind of strategy. But if you're making $300,000 from multiple sources, now it's two things you're gonna need. You're gonna need somebody to help you keep track of the sources. So now you're not by yourself. And then, God forbid, this is something that you could possibly get sued for, and you could damn near get sued for anything and everything. So now that attorney that you got is number 3, your team gets built very fast for you. It happens very quickly.
Exactly, right? It's expenses, and we're gonna get on to that, man. I'm excited, bro. I'm around my dog, and we talking that talk, you mean, that we always talk, and this is really cool. So enough business talk. We entrepreneurs, man. How's the art coming, bro? Let me put the wow factor on for everybody. How many albums do you have released?
Okay, so albums, like full-length albums,
Yeah.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay.
How many projects total? 10.
Okay.
And with number 11 on the way.
Okay, shout out to Nova Sound. And how many songs do you have written?
I have 560 songs in the vault.
I love it. I love it. I remember when I first met him, he was like, yo, you know, he had these numbers, and I'm like, I'm over here writing hit for hit. But he's like, bro, I wrote 10 songs last night. And he's still telling me, like, yo, I'm going to get it out. He's like, yo, is your album coming out this year? It's coming out this year.
I mean, I've been asking you the same thing. How many, all jokes aside, how many times you pushed this one back? Or how many times you changed the date? Because you did put a UA out. So how many times did you change the date?
Shout out to the
paper?
UA. The UA made me $1,500, though. Paid my rent.
And that's important. Selling records is actually still a thing.
Yeah. So my UA, for the record, was an unauthorized edition. UA, unauthorized edition of my album. I just dropped to see how people would feel about it. And I sold crazy in 2 days, made $1,500 off the album. So they was liking it, they was ready to support. And you said, how many times did I push it back? I dropped the UA. I dropped the UA in 2019. So that means 5 is 2024.
Well, you can't count 5. It would be 4.
Okay, so 4 more years I pushed it back.
But you did put it, so it's really only 3 because you put it out and then it's been, right? But sometimes, guys, I got a song called Perfection. Okay? It goes, perfection takes time, and that's why I took my time. That's the standout song.
Okay.
So, you know, musically, I've seen you grow. We got a song together, an instrumental, a cover of Diaries that we saw it on, get some traction on Instagram. That was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because I think that was like a year ago, and we didn't notice until this year.
Right.
And music is like that, man. So you just got to create and put it out. And that's what I learned with having 50 songs on streaming.
Yeah.
And 560 on the way.
Okay. Hold on. What's going on? Okay, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so we're going to give Hop a second, man.
I'm going to be right back.
Oh, you going to start? All right. We live, though. All right. Listen, music and just the bars go across the screen. What time is it? 33. All right, we doing good. How's the audio moving different today? Is is it better or is it worse? It's just different. Out of sync. Got it. You think it's the computer? Okay. Got you. Get a new. Try the new computer today. What? Oh no, you're good. You're good. You guys good. OD. Stack a dollar. So anyway, 50 songs on streaming,
Yeah.
560 songs recorded. We still good to
In the
good to
vault,
rock,
yep.
right, guys? We still running? 560 songs in the vault, so they're coming out.
That's my goal, man.
And then you got some. How are this? When I met you, bro, it's cool because I learned. You know what I mean? Like you said, hopefully you pick some things up working with me too. But it's super fun because when I first started working with you, you was like, "Yo, I need you to stay at the crib and record like 100 sax loops and put them out."
Yep.
I wish I would have listened to this guy when he said that. You know what I'm saying? Because it would have probably been making me like maybe way more than I thought. You called it, and it's like, dang. Now I'm moving. It's not too late, but I was like,
It's
yo,
never too late, guys.
that was time. 10 years of us knowing each other. Where it's like, yo, I could have been making 5, 10 here, there, off of just sat. And to this day, people say, yo, can I get you in the studio to record? Yeah, guess who I seen the other day?
Who you seen?
I seen Fence, bro. I seen Fence the other day. He told me to pull up. Shout out to
Shout out.
was Midtown Studios, and he's over at Audio Vision. He bought
Right,
Audio
shout
Vision.
out the Fence, man.
Yeah, man.
Dope God gave us an opportunity early. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? While we was young and hungry. But what you was saying about these sax loops?
Yeah, it was just, it's like I'm realizing that there's little assets that can continuously make you money. So how is that going? Like Pine 5, you were doing those things too. So I
Yep.
guess I'm starting to go into the Nova Sound technology side of what you do.
Exactly.
Talk to me about it.
Nah, man, that's great that you even remember the name Pound 5. And I know people know some other ones, Shutterstock and different stock libraries, and use the word asset. So that word right there in the context of audio files like sax loops or drops, even drops for DJs, this is one of the most valuable things a DJ can have is a drop from somebody, right? Let's say Drake. Somebody got a Drake drop, bro. You know what that little 5-second audio file, the value that it just brought to you, right?
Right.
So we could kind of see it in that way. But then we got other assets like gold and silver.
Yeah.
When people think gold and silver, they automatically think the word asset. But like you said, 10 years. So I'm excited for this academy again because you can even speak from a place of experience. Like had I done 100 of these and put it up for sale, that could have been a consistent $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would have paid for pay all your tolls for the year, right? Now you live in toll free, right? So that's actually how you want to set up your entire career, your entire portfolio, your entire catalog on the business side.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, where we at right now is we're at 6,000 plus sound effects and tracks.
Wow.
Our goal was 10K by the 10-year anniversary, but this actually takes quite a bit of time to do, especially to do right.
Okay.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about 6,000 dynamic sound effects. So I called it, soundscape in the world. I got the globe on the shirt,
Facts.
and this represents two things: making an impact by supporting the nonprofits, but also soundscaping the entire world. So when people are working on a piece of media, piece of content, for my editors, my directors, my sound mixers, my content creators, my YouTubers, hop on novasoundwave.com. You can see the entire catalog and some free downloads on there too for some people who are content creating.
Yeah.
And understanding that I was providing the tools and supplies for the app developers, for the music producers. It's a big part of the reason why the business is successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That'd be the pro consumer, right? Versus the consumer.
Definitely.
Is that
Prosumer, yeah.
That's what's up, man. So, what would you say so far has been your most rewarding project? Something that you've had. All right, maybe just break it down to top 3. Where you feel like they've either challenged you, or they've had a great return on investment, or you just felt like you made a great impact with those projects.
Oh, man, does this include mine or things I worked on too?
All together.
Okay, so I'm gonna go in chronological order.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna start with I got an album called 18,
Okay.
which is pretty much my greatest hits from high school. Cause
Got you.
I started releasing music when I was 12, so I've been eating off my music, y'all, for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Right,
No
literally,
videos. You was viral too. I was.
bro. I've been selling music since I was 12 years old. When I think back on that now, it's like wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Same style, MP3 files going out, Waves files going out. So my greatest hits called 18. I used to go by Fitted G,
Yeah.
FIDIT space G. You could hear my music,
Yeah.
right? That was the first era.
Okay.
The second one, I'm gonna put together two projects in one.
Okay.
When I want to say it was maybe about a year after me getting introduced to the motivational edge to erase the hate,
Yeah.
we did a song called All About the Power, right? And this is one of the most fire beats I've ever made in my life. Co-producer Marcano Sax.
Yeah.
So Sax over my shoulder like, no, the bass line need to go like this. Dun, dun, dun. And then for my producers, for my sound heads, this is where I discovered the taiko,
Yeah.
which is a big kick drum. I believe it's Japanese.
Okay.
Right? And then I loaded in this patch on UVI, which sounded crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And when we pulled up to the studio, you remember it. Shout out to Chaz. We pulled up to the studio and loaded the beat up. The students went crazy.
Oh man. Dang, that was a hit though.
And then I think I was busy, but it looked like you took them to some penthouse and they shot a music video.
He wasn't there.
Nah, but the whole thing came out so fire. I was like, yo,
Why didn't you make
this
the
what
video?
music was about, man.
That's
It'd be a
crazy.
lot going on. But that was, yo, when I saw that, the way it all came together, the studio session, everything is on YouTube. Everything is on Erase
Oh
Aid,
man.
Erase Aid's YouTube channel. But that was really fire.
They're like, I think I seen Ashley just turned 25, 26. Time is flying, bro. The
Yeah,
thing
man,
that
time
we
moves.
got, that was all from, like you said, we showed up that day and whipped out the instruments. Next thing you know, we were shooting.
That's right. It was 3 sessions. That's
Yeah.
right.
That was a really, really, man. I honestly probably don't give enough ode to that project as much as I should, even in just referencing it to see, like you remind me all the time, man. We
Exactly.
started there.
Right.
With that trajectory. As
And
far as
that
going back to
record
these
still gets
nonprofits.
played. I still play the record at all the community events that I produce. I still play the record because the song is fire.
When we release this interview, man, we definitely got to also sometime that week drop this video, bro, just out of respect. I seen the motivational edge posted the Jeezy pictures. Shout out to young Jeezy. You know
Shout out to Jeezy.
yeah, and TRAPSTRs out there, all the trappers. Take risk and prosper. You know what I mean? Plug.
That was fire.
That was dope.
That was fire.
And that was your 2 and 3 all mixed together.
Oh, so the last part of that was what we did with Overtown Youth Center, bro. Shout out Project Take One. Shout out to Dr. B for executive
Yes,
producing
yes,
on the
man.
project.
Man, I gotta tap in with Doc too. That man, people that
Yo.
have been along the way, and that's why. Also, as we journey, and we get older, it's so important to treat people right. You know what I'm
100.
saying? And keep your face straight. We'll teach all that in this academy too. You feel me? Because everybody that's trying to pour into you takes a second to tell you something. Don't just think that even if you don't understand their tone, you know what I mean? This is for everybody that's listening out there. You might not always understand someone else's dialect and how they communicate something to you. But if somebody is taking the time to open up their doors to you, you know what I mean, or take a few seconds to try to lead you into the right direction, at least keep the ears open, because it might be 2 years later where it all starts to process for you and make sense. Because we could look back and we didn't talk. I mentioned Fence, Dr. B, the Motivational Edge. We can name a plenty of others, right? Where at the time, in the moment, I remember you was like, yo, bro, it's cool. We good. Because it didn't always make sense in the moment. He's like, nah, but we good. You know what I mean? But then in hindsight, we look back on all these experiences. It's like there were people that saw the gem in us, and we saw the gem in them, even if it didn't click at the moment. And then 2 years later, sometimes it happens faster than others, where it's like, yo, that was fire. You know what I mean?
Yup.
I remember. Listen, let me tell y'all about this dude, Nova Sound, bro. You remember the first time we met, bro? You remember
But
we was
before
up,
you go to that,
we was upstairs.
you mentioned Fence. I wanted to shout out Nick
Okay.
because Nick introduced us
Oh
to
my
Fence, and I've
gosh.
seen my guy get platinum plaques, man. So shout
Exactly.
out to my guy.
Shout out to Nick the engineer, man. Man, mornings. I told Hop about the mornings, man. taking them flights on the way to Midtown Studios, bro.
Yeah, man.
Listen, and then we were at the Breakers. Shout out to the Breakers, Palm Beach. It's been a long trip, bro. We were at the Breakers in West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And I was upstairs. Actually, I don't know if we're going to get as graphic as what that first conversation was, man, but it was pretty funny. Can I share it? You don't remember what you said?
No, you don't got to share it because I don't remember.
Hey, man, I thought it was hilarious, bro. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, but it was funny.
You got to remind me another time.
It was funny, though, bro, because I was like, this is his mindset. He was like, y'all, nah, man, this is how life works. And I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know if I can rock with this guy because he's thinking crazy. You feel me?
I'm definitely dynamic.
And then be honest with you, full circle, we'll talk about it. But when we talk about it, it all made sense because you were thinking from a professionalism standpoint. You were thinking on a systematic standpoint in what you had said to me. You know what I mean, that day. But now you be like, okay, the reason why I said that was because this is how this moved and this is how this needs to move. But now
Absolutely.
you're one of those change makers.
Always been,
you
man.
remember what I'm talking about now?
I think we were both change makers even back then.
Oh, facts. Yeah,
but
man.
this is the awesome thing, and you mentioned having good relationships with people. People will come into your life, bro, and you might not necessarily understand the gem that y'all exchange.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you might give somebody a big, they give you back a small one.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make that small gem any less valuable.
Yeah.
But down the road, that might be the gem to unlock something else, right? So, man, when we met, you know what I'm saying, I was definitely in a different place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Facts.
just like when we met Hop, he was in a different place.
Yeah,
and
man.
now I kind of have a better, I would say a better view of how all these things really work together.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That all comes with maturity, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, you want to talk about the academy with me for a second, bro?
Yeah, man, let's get into it, man.
So, well, before I do that, is there anything else you wanted to share about what you got going on?
Man, so Nova Sound, we going into 10 years in business.
Okay.
In 3 weeks. I'm super excited. We're going to release some new products, some new visuals. The number one thing I want to see is impact. Especially all the businesses coming together, all the entrepreneurs coming together. There'll be some concepts that are introduced, you know what I'm saying, on both of our platforms and through our collaboration that over time people will recognize the value in, just like the conversation we having right now. So I'm super excited, man. 10 years in business, you know what I'm saying? Happy 10-year anniversary, Nova Sound. We're a team of about 12, you know what I'm saying? Partner with some great organizations, some great companies like Erase the Hate. And I'm loving all the impact that's being made, man.
Yeah. All right, 10 years. 10 years. Any advice to how you get to 10 years? Anybody else is an entrepreneur out there? How you get to 10 years?
For me, say, and a lot of people are going to throw this around, might be a little cliche. I'm going to skip discipline, but we already know discipline is a big part of this. But I'm going to say sacrifice. It's going to be some things you can't do. And you told me that early in the game, too. Like, yo, don't try to be everywhere. It's impossible. Yeah. You know, there'll be things you can't buy. There'll be things you can't do so that down the line you can buy and you can do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. Man, I think that was an awesome segue to talk about this academy, man, because I can't reiterate enough that I want to make sure that when we deliver this program, that the mindset is excellence, right? Because the ideas that we have are excellent. So when we go out into the world and the people that we're already connected with have these fire brands, these fire talents, artistries, etc. When you walk into a room and you tell somebody you do something, they're expecting you to do it excellent. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And the last thing we want to do, what is going to get anybody to these financial goals that they're talking about, being able to walk into a room and be everything that you say that you are, right? So for an artist think, okay, well, all I have to do is just be a good musician or a good performer, et cetera, not understanding, and we talked a little bit about this yesterday, that, you know, or not yesterday, but last Monday, that it's actually going to take more than you just being an artist. You, like you said, if you're an artist and you want to be successful, that means you got a good team around you.
Big time.
people don't realize that at the end of the day, regardless of where you're doing independent or you're doing it with a label, everything needs a system behind it, right? So what we got to look forward to doing is teaching people these systems and how to develop excellence in their businesses and entrepreneurships, artistries. That's going to take sacrifice. You know what I mean? So everybody is looking forward to being part of this academy. It's going to be a 4-week-long situation.
4 weeks.
So every 4 weeks, we flip over into doing another group, right?
Okay.
So within the 4 weeks, there'll be a total of what we're calling 8 core courses, right, that everybody has to pull up. If you're part of the academy, you got to pull up, make the sacrifice for your time.
Just a little bit.
And for a couple of hours to come and be around like-minded individuals and pick up free game. One of the homies put it on Twitter already. Was like, yo, would you come to a free not to a free, but would you come to a free a business strategy class? Man, he was like, yo, I want to do a business strategy class, but how much, right? Most of the time, people are charging a lot of money for you to be able to sit around, to be able to get financial advice and things like that. So you make the sacrifice of your time 8 days out of the month of April, we'll say, and pull up, get the free game, and as a result of everybody sacrificing their time, right, and dedicating, right? I think sacrifice, but right after that sacrifice, I think it's dedication too, right?
Gotta stay committed to it, absolutely.
People say, oh, I want to do this, and they be like, all right, do it.
How dedicated are you? When are you gonna do it again? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do it on the hard days too?
Exactly. So that sacrifice to say, look, this is something that I want to do. I really want to be a better artist. I really want to be a better entrepreneur, creative, etc. And then show up and be dedicated to it because PS Social, man, I've seen, being in this space for the past few months now, some days you come in here and it's mad people like really working and co-working in the space. And I feel like anytime, the more people that are in this space at a time, the more activated intellectually it becomes. Right? People just sharing ideas and finding out, oh, I can help you out with that, I can help you out with that. And I believe that was a true vision for the space. So when we activate the ARTrepreneur Academy, we definitely want people to not only come in here and think that they just have to take the class, but if Nova Sound is in the room, like you said earlier, if you got somebody in the room that knows how to build a store,
big time.
Dwayne's also really skilled in building e-commerce stores, right? We've got OD who's building sets. We got Hop, there's a DJ, you know what I'm saying, as well as very tactical on doing live streaming, et cetera. There's people that want to do podcasts. Like, if you're in the room with everybody, let's all, like you said, let's figure out how to collectively employ or empower one another. Because you might hire me for one of your gigs, and I'll hire you right back for another one. You know what I'm saying? And then imagine 20 people in the room doing that together.
Big
you
time.
Feel me? So that is the ultimate goal for the academy, and there will be some really fire incentives that are gonna come with that. I'm gonna roll those out in online, but just let you guys know we're packaging this up with the help of our partners and sponsors in Terate Marivi and Sarah, to where not only are we giving you the opportunity to come to these classes for the free, as well as giving you an opportunity to market your brand. We definitely are going to be throwing in there some golden tickets too. Like, yo, what? I might have got paid to come in here.
Always giveaways like that. I know people was getting paid to learn. It's a come up, big time.
Possibly, you know what I'm saying? You heard it here first, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to say numbers or get anybody too excited. We just want to see who's dedicated and who's willing to make the sacrifice first, because we got a lot of things in the works so where we could put you guys in the right spaces, you know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. If I may.
Yeah, please. I was gonna ask you to.
This morning, man, I'm sure we live right now, so everybody know what's going on with crypto right now.
Oh, 67 yet or no?
I haven't checked my app in a little bit.
Yeah.
Bitcoin is.
Somebody said 65.
Bullish right now. Bitcoin is on a bullish run, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you remember when Floyd fought Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Because that was the night when I was like, yo, bro, now is the time.
Yeah.
Somebody would have to back check the date for me, but this is a perfect example, right? So I know a guy, trader, investor. The terms are somewhat interchangeable, but you know, he's seeing about a 60K swing on his account upwards,
Oh
right?
wow.
And I mean, we're gonna go over this in the class where we talk about the budgeting and creating a budget, creating systems where you can save, pay your bills, systems, save
Yeah.
yourself time, energy, and money. His system is simple. When his account is up 60 grand, he's gonna pay his bills out of the account,
Okay.
right? Now he's gonna adjust for the downswings because there are gonna be some downswings. But the fact that Bitcoin is above 60K right now, he's in profit. He's got a lot of room to play around right now to pull some of that profit out, reinvest it somewhere else.
Right.
But I just want people to know, right? Because sometimes this blows my mind too. There are people who invested enough money to just live off their investments. That's a real thing. It's not fake. I think sometimes with the way, social media move, you can't always tell what's real and what's fake, but that's why you got academies like this where you can come out and learn from the people who have really done it. Shout out to David from Lit Brunch. Yeah, bro. Perfect example, right?
Yeah.
So getting in front of those people who have actually accomplished those things is beautiful.
Yeah, most definitely. So I would definitely like for the classes that you see fit, as many as possible, for you to pop up and be a part of the academy. I really see us being the beta test of the program. So we'll do some photo shoots, and OD
100.
wants to create some content to advertise that we're putting this together. So as much as you can pull up and be a part, I'd love to have you in the vibe.
I'm excited, man.
Let me ask you, I know what you're going to be providing, budgeting and financial freedom for a class and workshop. What would you like to see? I mentioned some things to you. What do you think that we should have if we don't have it already? Maybe we already have it. But what's something you think we definitely need to be teaching to those artists and entrepreneurs?
So that's a great question, right? And for me, working with you and working with so many of the great other, professionals and entrepreneurs, shout out Tiff Boom, shout out Jay Howard, shout out Young Hop even, because now I'm seeing everybody, like, Hop is in a position where he can put other people on, right? Definitely shout out to you, my boy, because I know that master's degree's on the way, right?
Yes, sir. 2 months.
And what I've learned is there's levels to it.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see the business strategist class.
Got it.
I know there's business strategy. Somebody gonna come in and look at Nova Sound and say, "Gee, I see you doing it this way. Have you ever thought about this?" Right? And I actually have a lot of those calls, but sometimes the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
But I know, knowing you and know how fast you scale your business, any fruit you bring in here is gonna be worth the squeeze.
Facts.
I know
Heard
people
that.
and people already know that, especially people who are around Everyday Praise. Look
Yeah.
how quickly people learned the songs.
Yeah.
Like,
Thanks.
we've been working in education for a decade. We understand that's the same skill set.
Yeah.
You just need the right teacher.
Facts. Facts. And then
So I'm
imagine we
excited.
teaching them the right things. That's why
Exactly.
I'm really excited to see. I've been in Miami for 10 years now. And I was talking to somebody at the car wash the other day. I was like, yo, even though Miami is different from D.C., because D.C.'s got a lot of, like, very high class, for lack of better words, professionals. Everybody's really, really professional in D.C. I think, I would like to say Miami is the future. You know?
Okay.
I know that they've already kind of coined this as one of the tech capitals, right? But I see Miami, people starting to understand the value of the art community and just the culture here. I think I was talking to Ariel. I think you were talking about, you were saying that Miami doesn't really have like a racism here. You were saying it's kind of like because of the melting pot vibes. It's not as
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Com-
it
compared
is a
to,
little
like-
different from the rest of the
Right.
history of the rest of the South for sure.
So
It's a little different.
So imagine learning how to move business around that, especially with us going to a global economy, these days where people are all over the place are learning how to connect and do business with one another. This is one of the places that, with an academy like this, right, and done the right way, we could create a culture out here that I honestly haven't seen. I've met a lot of cool people, but I would like to see all those cool people genuinely working together, and not just working together, but empowering and mentoring together, right? Like you said, there's so many different nonprofits. Imagine, a core system where we all go through this, right? you know, I mean, and there's cohorts, different things out here. I know there's a
Right.
lot of different ways that we can grow together. I'm looking forward to this being for the people, though. You know what I mean?
100.
Not so exclusive. Really can get access to it. Shout out to Intel. I think Mighty V. The door is open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't got to do no fancy paperwork to get inside. Just let us know you serious. And if the doors are knocked down because we got 50 people, then I'm sure we'll figure out how to make it happen. You know what I mean?
100.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see how what I noticed the most is people are already working together.
Okay.
You know, it's been years. You know, a lot of us have known each other for a while, 5 years plus. But what does it look like after the academy and we run in the system together?
Heard.
Right. So
way better articulated. Yeah.
shout out to Jasmine Legacy because she's been building these markets, right? Where that's one of those things where if you're a business owner and you like, well, I got my product or I have my service, but I'm not super excited about it or I'm not seeing the growth I would like.
Right.
Now you pop out to an opportunity like this and get you some excitement, right? Get you some strategy, get you some skills, right?
Join the marketplace.
Join the marketplace. Understand, okay, the steps to financial freedom, what does that look like, right? The tax professional.
Yeah.
This is a big deal.
Right.
Having it all together at one spot, you know?
Yeah. Man, I couldn't have said it better. The system that everybody knows, like, yo, I can go to Walmart to get my groceries. I can go to Walmart to, et cetera, et cetera. Like, yo, you can come to this system to get all tapped into everything you need in one place, you know? And we all, like you said, already work together. We design and make adjustments to the system together. Let's get it.
Yep. Support everybody's business, man. One thing I really, really like about the culture down here is the marketplace concept isn't something new.
Yeah.
So people will support it.
Right.
They're used to this.
Right. Yeah.
Fresh fruits on Sundays type vibe, right? Like, so it's different marketplaces out here. And Art Walk, same vibe, man. And you've been talking about this for a long time, man. So shout out to you.
We got a liaison for the people. But look, man, it's 2:00. You know, we could do this all day long, Nova Sound.
That's a fact, man.
But guys, please continue to tap in, stay tuned in to the interest meeting, and look out for information on the ARTrepreneur Academy. We had a few people. We started this off with some good vibes. I'm super down to turning this into a live studio audience situation where we could really have some Q&A vibes and the cameras going around. You know what I mean? I don't know if one of my dreams, bro. Mark this down. Write this down, y'all. One of my dreams is to one day have like a late night show, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some Jay Leno vibes.
I remember you telling me that when I walked in here. I'm like, he's getting closer.
So yeah, this is a vibe, man. So shout out to y'all again for episode numero 8. My brother Gerald Nova Sound Campbell pulled up for the interest meeting. Much love to PS Social for allowing us to be in this space.
Love.
Continuing to support and believe in the vision of Erase the Hate. But do understand the visions and the thoughts and things expressed on the interest meeting are not necessarily the thoughts and opinions expressed of the PS Social space. So don't get it twisted.
100.
It's Erase the Hate. Peace, love, and see y'all next week.
What's up?